Hey guys, it's Car Guy 11. Do you want an additional sport mode on your GR Supra? Well, today I'm going to show you how to activate it and also get rid of that annoying traction stability control pop-up on your center screen. And we're going to again use Bimmercode to activate these features, and I will put links below to 2 prior videos, and I recommend you watch those before coding your vehicle, just so you know exactly how to do it. And I do use an OBD Link MX Plus adapter. If you don't have one, I will put an Amazon link below so you can grab one. So this coding will give you Sport Plus driving mode, which is on top of the regular Sport mode, increased auto response and transmission tuning. And I'm going to show you the changes on the screen and what the Sport button does. Also, we're going to take a short drive, and then at the end I will show you the exact parameters you need to change. It does require expert mode coding, so I do recommend you watch those past videos and show you exactly how to do that. Alright guys, first I want to show you the change of screens and how the Sport button works after you code Sport Plus. So for the Sport button, instead of just 2 steps, now you're going to have 3. So you'll have normal, and then you're going to have 2 different Sport modes, a Sport Plus and a Sport Individual. And every time you push the button, it's going to cycle through all 3. So that is an extra step instead of just Sport or normal, but it gives you an additional Sport option. You can also, with the iDrive knob, go back and forth. You don't have to keep pressing the button. You can go between Plus and Individual with that knob as long as the pop-up is on. And you do have to activate the Sport drive mode pop-up, which originally I had defeated because I don't want to see the pop-up, but in this case you kind of need it to know if you're in Sport Plus or Sport Individual, because the dash is going to just continue to show Sport. It does not show that Sport Plus or Sport Individual on the dash. So the pop-up's the only way to know which Sport mode you are in. But anyway, you can go on to configure Individual, and what I do for the Individual setting, I tone down the dampers back to normal, so it's a little bit more comfortable, and I still enjoy the Sport steering. And the engine and transmission, I leave the engine in Sport so you get those cool pops. But this is where you'll see Sport Plus options as well. I actually find the Sport Plus option a little bit too jumpy in throttle, so I'll leave that in Sport. And in transmission, you also have a Sport Plus option, but in this case, I go to normal so I can get better fuel economy. If I'm driving on highway, wherever, it'll reach 8th gear in the normal mode, and you can still have your pops and everything. And then, of course, in full normal mode, those will all be normal. So it's like an in-between type of setting. And also, I have the car starting up in Sport Individual mode, and that's a previous code I've done. So definitely check out those past 2 videos. But yeah, pretty cool. So you'll get Plus, Individual, and Normal. Now, the second change I've done is get rid of the pop-up when you press the stability control button to deactivate or to put it on that traction mode, the middle stability control section, because I find it annoying. It blocks everything that's on the center screen. So now when you cycle through, no pop-up, and you'll still get the indication on the dash when you are in traction mode, and you can cycle through. That's off and then on. So it's nice. That does show up on the dash, so no worries, and you don't need that pop-up. Okay guys, we're going to take a short drive, and I'm going to show you the different modes. We're in the Sport Individual mode because that's what it is when I start up in my car. But I have the Sport Individual in all Sport right now. So I'm going to toggle between Sport Plus and Sport Individual just to show you the plus part of the Sport, which gives you increased auto response and a slightly more aggressive transmission shift. But again, I didn't really notice that in my driving. I'm in Sport Individual. We're going to climb this hill, 3rd gear, and I'm going to hit Plus. And it was just a little touch I could feel accelerating a little harder up that hill. So that's what you're going to feel. It's a subtle difference. Getting thumbs up with the Supra. You're not going to get any suspension change. It's still the sport suspension, and the steering is also the same. I will say the throttle response is a little jumpy. I'm not like thrilled with it for like city driving or stop and go, but if you're on a sporty back road or on track, yeah, it might be nice to have that extra response. Yeah, you just get instant throttle response. Just breathing on the throttle. Also, when you put it into middle stability control or turn it off completely, you don't get that annoying pop-up screen anymore, which is pretty cool. So it doesn't block your navigation, your radio, stuff like that. Oh, side note, let me know if any of you guys still have your satellite radio working. This car is like 1.5 years old, and the satellite radio has never gone off. They've never contacted me to renew it. Nothing. It's just still working. So I just find that very odd and funny, but I don't know. Tell me if you guys, yours is still working in the comments below. But if you wanted to cycle through normal, you just hit that button again and you got normal. So you got normal, Sport Plus, and then Sport Individual. You can also use the rotary dial on the iDrive to go between the Plus and Individual if you wanted to skip that normal setting. But I mainly use this feature so that I could have a second sport mode. So I'll do the damping in normal and then the transmission in normal. All right, we'll do an acceleration in the Sport Plus mode. Yep, wheel spin, but great acceleration, got tons of pops. So that doesn't change. I've used this chart on past videos. You're gonna read it from left to right. You're gonna go into body domain control, ECU, find the 3221 menu. Then you're gonna look for Sport World Mode 1 and change the setting to Sport Expert. And then in the head unit, there's 2, including the one for the pop-up, and that's under the 3008 menu. And then the sub-menus, you're gonna look for Sport Expert, which you're gonna activate, and then the stability control pop-up, you're gonna put not active. So there you have it, guys. It's not too hard of a process. Let me know what you guys think, and did you change anything else on your Supra? Definitely comment below if there are things that I haven't covered in videos that you would like me to show you how to do. And I appreciate MK5 Superforms for a lot of the info. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Definitely subscribe for more great Supra videos, and we'll see you in the next one.